Good morning, class. I'm here with the next topic of software engineering. Firstly, I'm sharing the PPT of that particular topic, and after that, I will explain in front of you. So please listen carefully. What are the things are going as I discussed in the previous class. Now I'm moving to the second topic of second module with the first topic, and very interesting topic. And you all are know about the software development, and as I discussed in the previous class about some development phases and all things. Before going to design any software product, first thing which we are creating is software requirement analysis and specification. First thing is which we designed firstly before going to start a software product is software requirement specification. This is very important for designing any software product. This is a main documentation part of any software product, because on this document we are developing our all the phases and the all over the product, because this document give a very important knowledge about that particular product, and is this document give us support to develop a proper required product. Now moving with the definition and some description about this. Understand specifying requirements. Requirement a problem of scale. What are the things in our mind to design a SRS? First thing, a problem of scale. For a small scale, understand and specifying requirement is easy. First thing, when we are talking about to design a SRS of a particular software development of software product, first thing in our mind, deal with these things. First, a problem of scale. For a small scale, understand and specifying requirements is easy. Large scale, very hard, probably the hardest, most probabilistic and error prone. The requirements task input, these are the main points which we think about before going to the design the SRS. User need in mind of people, hopefully output precise statement of what the future system will do. These are the some points on which we are thinking about before going to specifying requirements. So firstly we understand the these two small scale problems and large scale problem, input and what the output come after this production. Next, challenges. Identifying and specifying requirements. What are the requirements is present in the product development is very necessary. The first thing is necessarily involves people interaction, because requirement we gathering requirement from the user or the end user of that particular product which we are going to develop. So first thing is necessarily involve the people interactions who use that particular software or that particular product. Firstly we interact with these peoples and identifying the requirement according to the cannot be automated. The SRS is cannot be make in automation format. These are two challenges. Background: what is a requirement? Condition or capability that must be paused by a system. It is told by IEEE. What is the work product of the request phase? A software requirement is specification document. This is what is an SRS? A complete specification of what the proposed system should do. Requirement SRS give the requirements understanding in hard. Visualizing a feature system is difficult. These are the points which is behind the SRS. SRS, what SRS give us? When we are talking about a SRS, what SRS present about a system, about a software, this will be shown in these lines. Visualizing a future system is difficult. Capability of future system not clear, hence need not clear. Requirements change with time. Essential to do a proper analysis and specification of requirements. These are the hidden points when we are designing a requirement as SRS document. Purpose of SRS document. What is the main purpose? SRS establishes basis of agreement between the user and the supplier. Users need have to be satisfied, but user may not understand software. Developer will develop the system but may not know about problem domain. These are slightly uh, different two persons view. User is understand or satisfy, but user may not understand software. And developer is design but may not know about problem domain. SRS is the medium to bridge the communication gap and specifies users' need in a manner both can understand. A developer and a user, what the user wants, and according to the requirement of user, the product is developed by the developer. This connection of user and developer is given by SRS. SRS is work like a medium to bridge the communication gap between the developer and the user. Need for SRS helps under, helps user understand his needs. Users do not always know their needs. Must analyze and understand the potential. The requirement process helps clearly needs. SRS provides a reference for validation of the final product, clear understanding about what is expected, validation of software satisfies the SRS. In the same manner, I am discussing some more points about the need of SRS. High quality SRS essential for high quality software. Requirement errors get manifested in final software. To satisfy the quality objective must be with high quality SRS. Requirements defects cause later problems. 25% of all defects in one study, 55% of all defects found after user testing. Defects often found in previously approved SRS. Good SRS reduces the development cost. SRS errors are expensive to fix later. Request change can cost a lot, up to 40%. Good SRS can minimize change and errors. Substantial saving extra effort spent during request saves multiple times that effort. For example, cost of fixing error in requirement, design, coding, except testing and operation are 2, 5, 15, 50 and 150 person months. Basic activities. What are the activities involved in the requirement process? First is problem or requirement analysis. Second one is requirement specification. Third is validation. And analysis involves elicitation and is the hardest. Requirement process. Process is not linear, it is iterative and parallel. The requirement process is not a linear process, step by step. It's a iterative process and parallelly do the process overlap between phase. Some parts may be analyzed and specified. As mentioned in this figure shows the analysis is one time analysis is done, and after getting specification, some changes or some iteration are having a place. After that, this will be again goes to the analysis phase and again come to here, and the specification is also parallelly here done with the validation. As I explained, process is not linear, only not a linear process ki if we are do the analysis and go to the next phase is specification, and specification goes to the validation is complete. It's a parallel processing. It means if we are going to analyze something according to the requirement, it will be changed some specific in the specification phase. After specification, it will be changed and go back to the analysis, and again it's come back to in the specification phase, and from the changes of that particular thing, again it will be a validation is required. So all these three phases are parallelly evaluated or iterated. So the process is not a linear, it is a iterative and parallel process. So each and every phase had parallelly done, and iteration are done in all phases. Specification itself may help analysis. Specification itself may help analysis. Validation can show gaps that can lead to further analysis and specification required. These are the process involved in the requirement specification design. Divide and conquer is the basic strategy. Decompose into small parts, because a software product have so many things. So firstly we divide the whole product into a small parts, understand each part and relation between parts. Large volumes of information is generated. In the requirement process, the whole part is divided into small parts, and very clearly to each learn and get some information or requirement from each part and their relationship with the parts. It's the first requirement process. Second, large volume of information is generated. Organizing them is a key. Large volume of information generated from the SRS, because SRS is a main platform on which the developer can develop their products according to the requirement. So large volume of information is generated by which the easy to developer can get all information from that software, from that document. Techniques like data flow diagram, object diagrams, these are the different techniques for developing a requirement specification, or we can say SRS documentation. SRS documentation is depending upon the technique like data flow diagram, object diagram. These are the diagrams which we are used to design our SRS for a particular product. used in the analysis. What are the problem facing in the problem analysis? First thing is aim, to gain an understanding of the needs, requirements, and constraints on the software. Analysis involve interviewing client and users, reading manuals, studying current systems, helping client users understand new possibilities like becoming a consultant. Analysis in the SRS document involve these points for analyze the overall software development, because these documents are very important for developing any software product. So all things is analyzed within these documents: interviewing client and users, reading manuals, standing studying current system, helping client users understand new possibilities like becoming a consultant, must understand the working of the organization, client and users. Some little bit issues: obtaining the necessary information, brainstorming, interacting with client to establish desired properties, information organization as large amount of information gets collected, ensuring completeness, ensuring consistency, avoiding internal design. Interpersonal issues are important. Communication skills are very important. Basic principle problem partition with right to what, object oriented analysis, function structural analysis, event in the system, event partitioning, projection, get different views. We'll discuss few different analysis techniques. These are the analysis part which we are going to describe in the SRS document. Now moving to the informal approach to analysis. No defined methodology. In information obtained through analysis, observation, interaction, discussions. No formal model of the system built. Obtained information organized in the SRS reviewed with clients, released on analyst, experience and feedback from clients in review, useful in many contexts, widely used. Data flow modeling focuses on functions performed in the system, views a system as a network of data transforms through which the data flow, uses data flow diagram and functional decomposition in modeling. The structure system analysis design methodology uses DFD to organize information and guide analysis. For example, DFD enrolling in a university, applicant forms, fields. Here is showing some parts of a DFD, how the client interact with the university, with the forms, important field forms, and this will be shown here. I will explain. There are only 4 symbols. Squares representing external entities which are source or destination of data. Rounded rectangles representing process which take data as input, do something to do it and output it. Arrows representing the data flow which can either be electronic data or physical items. Open-ended rectangles representing data stories including electronic stores such as database or XML files, and physical stores such as or filling cabinets or stack of paper. Data flow diagram, a DFD show flow of data through the system. This is a very important part of designing a SRS, because SRS is a document, and document which present in front of any person, it clear what are the things is going within the system or within the development process. It will be very clear. So DFD show a pictorial representation or in front of a person in a SRS. It give a total data flow of things with their functions. Transformation done through transforms. DFD captures how transformation occurs from input to output as data moves through the transforms, not limited to software. DFD have some other common notations. A rectangle represents a source or sink and is originator, consumer of data, often outside the system. Transforms represented by named circles, bubbles, bubbles connected by arrows on which named data travels. Data is stored underlined. Moral, choose one and stick with it, can be helpful to provide a listen to make sure readers are aware of the conventions in use. DFD, for example, employee record. This will be show a proper flow of data and their functions. Employee record is here, get employee file. Weekly pay. This arrow show the flow of data, and these are the attribute on which these are the element, and arrow are showing the data is flow from where to where. From this element, from I'm starting from this, get employee file. Pay rate goes to the weekly pay. Go for again, we are talking pay, overtime pay, total pay, and deduct taxes, net pay. Issue paycheck. Paycheck is again worker and tax rate. These are the interrelated, and all things are very clear about to see this diagram. Employee record you can easily pick out, company record you can check, and these diagrams show what are the things are going on. Easily we can say about, we are talking about the employee salary and how to the calculate this salary from employee to the lastly when the employee get it. It is a very effective diagram which show flow of the data. External file show as label straight line. Need for multiple data flows by a process represented by means or relationship represented by plus. All process and arrows should be named. Process should represent transforms. Arrows should represent some data. Focus on what transforms happen. How they are done is not important. Usually measure input output shows. Minor are ignored in this modeling. No loops condition taking. DFD is not a control chart, no algorithm design. Other approaches for requirement analysis: prototyping, evolutionary, throwaway, object oriented. These are two different type of approaches to analyze the requirement. First is prototyping, and prototyping is involved evolutionary, throwaway, and second one is object oriented, classes, attributes, methods, association between classes, hierarchies. Requirement is specification. Three phases is involved in the SRS. First one is analysis, second one is specification, and third one is validation. All three cover up whole SRS document. First, I am talking about analysis. Now moving to the specification. Requirement specification, final output of requirement task is the SRS. Why are DFDs, OO models, object-oriented model, etc. not SRS? SRS focuses on external behavior, while modeling focuses on problem structure. User interface, etc. not modeled but have to be in SRS. Error handling, constraints, etc. also needed in SRS. Transition from analysis to specification is not straightforward. Knowledge about the system acquired in analysis used in specification. These are the characteristics which are involved in the SRS document: correct, complete, unambiguous, consistent, verifiable, traceable, modifiable, ranked for importance and or stability. Correctness means each requirement accurately presents some desired feature in the final system, or we can say in the final document. Completeness involve all desired features, characteristics specified. Hardest to satisfy. Completeness and correctness is strongly related. Unambiguous. Each request has exactly one meaning. Without this, error will creep in. Important as natural language often used. Verifiability. There must exist a cost effective way of checking if software satisfies requirements. Consistent. Two requirements do not contradict each other. Traceable. The origin of the requirement and how the requirement relates to software elements can be determined. Ranked for importance and stability, needed for prioritization or prioritizing in construction to reduce risk to changing requirements. Component of an SRS. What should an SRS contain? Clarifying the will help ensure completeness. An SRS must specify requirements on functionality, performance, design constraints, external interfaces. Functional requirements includes heart of the SRS document. This forms the bulk of the species, specifies all the functionality that the system should support. Outputs for the given inputs and the relationship between them, all operations the system is to do must specifying behavior of invalid inputs to. Performance requirements, all the performance constraints on the software system, generally on response time, throughput is greater than and equals to dynamic, capacity requirements is greater than and equals to static, must be in measurable terms. Example, respect time should be 90% of the time. Design constant. Factor in the client environment that restricts the choice. Such restrictions, standards, complaints, and compatibility with other systems, hardware limitations, reliability, fault tolerance, backup required, security. External interface, all interaction of the software with people, hardware and software. The user interaction must important. General requirements of friendliness should be avoided. These should also be verifiable. Specification language. Language should support desired characteristics of the SRS. Formal language are precise and unambiguous but hard. Natural language mostly used with some structure for the document. Formal language used for special features or in highly critical system. Thank you. Class, I will explain this topic in the next class. Thank you.